Alright, so here we are. I've got the Goldfish switched over to the 29-gallon tank here, and I got my planted aquarium. I have the lights off because of the timer being off. So hold on, I'm gonna switch that on quick for a sec. So here's what the planted aquarium looks like now. As you can see, I had a bunch of rocks around my plants protecting them from the goldfish while the goldfish were in this tank. And there's my snail working away. It's a workhorse. I actually recently lost a snail. I'm not perfect, but I also bought the snail with a pit in its shell. I didn't realize that a pit in the shell would have been an issue, and it was a calcium deficiency, and it didn't take well to the tank and acclimating to the new environment. But I'm considering most likely I'll be getting another tiger narite. I also have a clown plecostomus. I created a little cave for him, so there's plenty of hiding spaces. He's got that cave there, and then also the one he can kind of get himself into this situation with the plants here. So you may be wondering why the water level in my 29-gallon is so low. Well, I have an explanation for that. So the order of operations is very important when you're deciding to use fish waste like this for fertilizer for a planted tank. So I noticed a while ago that these goldfish were starting to get some scale issues. Not terrible. As you can see, it's more apparent on the goldfish rather than the white one. And I think that's because the white fish is more aggressive and picks at the goldfish because they were in a small tank for one. And for two, he had to escape and kind of scrape behind the filter tube. So I decided I'm going to do a very minute sodium treatment for the fish. So what I decided to do is I took about 1.5 tablespoons of ionized salt, or just normal table salt, and I added it to this water, which is about 12 to 14 gallons of water. And I'm going to wait a couple days and see how it affects the scales of the fish. Now, the reason I didn't fill it up all the way and add more salt, or fill it up all the way and add the same amount of salt, is because it would be extremely diluted, or when you put sodium into the water, then you can't then take that water or water from the material from the filter sponge and move it into the planted aquarium, because the plants don't like the salinity content in the water. Now I believe that my snail might not be terribly affected, because this is actually a narite snail, and narite snails are known to live in salt water. But I know that from shout out to Co-op Aquarium, that catfish can be particularly susceptible to sodium because it goes to the bottom of the tank, and the catfish like to live in the substrate or in caves in the bottom. So I just decided to play it safe and do a low sodium content in a portion fill of the tank. And these goldfish, it's not a problem. They're used to living in small environments, so this is actually quite an upgrade for them, and they're very happy and doing quite well. And in fact, I even think I'm noticing a slight improvement even after this short amount of time. Again, I still have a number of days for them to, obviously continue to acclimate and, to see if there's any results on the scales before I do fill the tank more. But hopefully when I fill the tank more with water, it will dilute that sodium enough where I can then use that waste in the water to fertilize my plants without terribly affecting my plants. Alright guys, until the next one. Thanks. Bye.